Pulse Magazine is basically a group of dedicated journalists here at UTRGV, and we're basically the student magazine on campus. We go out, we cover events, both on and off campus, and yeah, we basically write stories, we take pictures, we do video, all sorts of things. On our staff, we have 10 people, including myself. So I'm editor-in-chief, and my role is to oversee everyone in the staff. And then we have our section editors, which is Maria Ruiz and Carla Cavazos. And they basically are kind of like the gatekeepers of what goes into the magazine. They make sure everything's grammatically correct. They make sure the story has good tone, it has a good flow to it. And so then we have our graphic editor, Michelle Flores, and she basically oversees all of the artwork that goes into the magazine. And then we have our photo editor, Stephen Hughes. He's in charge of editing the photos, obviously, and he takes some photos for us as well. And then we have our Spanish editor, Ramiro Barrera, and he is basically in charge of translating all our stories that are in English to Spanish. And he also writes stories for us in Spanish as well. And so then we have our writers, which is Gabby Gonzalez, and we have Yasmin Sanchez, and they are basically our writers for the magazine. They write all of their own stuff, and they basically are our main content producers in the magazine. And then we have our photographer, Jacob, and he takes all of our pictures. And finally, our online and social media editor, Livette Sañez, and she's in charge of doing basically everything that has to do with social media and online. And this year she really kind of pushed for us to start using YouTube as a platform, which I think is incredibly interesting because it's something we haven't done before at Pulse. So I'm really excited to see where she takes us. We have our photographer here and our staff writers here, and just everyone kind of contributes to the kind of content that goes into the magazine. And also everyone within the staff isn't limited to their position. So for instance, our photographers can write for the magazine, and our writers can take photography as well. So that's something I want my staff members to take part in, just so they can be well-rounded and they can get, the experience here at student media. So the goal here at Pulse Magazine is basically to highlight people in our community and highlight issues that we think are important. We're not only focused on covering UTRGV. We think it's very important to kind of give our students school spirit, but we also want to highlight our community because it's a huge part of everyone's lives, and it's something that we think our students should be engaged with. So yeah, our goal is just to make sure that we cover as much content as we can, cover the things that are important to us, cover the things that we feel people should be more aware of.